Welcome back to another episode of the Really Bad Podcast. The year's almost over. A couple months ago, I started this podcast, and it has given me the greatest freedom of being able to say whatever the fuck I want at the ramifications of I don't give a fuck. I'm starting off this episode hot and heavy because I started reflecting on the end of the year. I think like most of us do at this time. And sorry I'm not on set today, breaking up continuity, but this episode wasn't supposed to come out when it has or when it is coming out. I had another episode that I've had with a guest, and um I just didn't finish editing it, and I wanted to get an episode out this week. Not to say this is just a throwaway. Fucking listen to the podcast and really just understand who the fuck I am as a human being. Um, a really bad human being at that. But nah. It never worked out because I just didn't finish the edit. So I was like, I need to get this shit off my chest because I've said it in so many episodes, but this literally has been the worst year of my life so far. Last episode, I gave you my year in reviews of the ins and the outs. This episode, I want to give you my year in review of just how fucking shit my life has been. And I'm going to tell you the highlights and the lowlights. And I want to step into next year clean slate. You're going to get another episode from me before the year ends that has a guest, um, a return guest at that. I'm very excited for y'all to see that episode. Was supposed to be like, typical episode, joke here, joke there. Kind of got serious a little bit. And I had a conversation with him post the episode, and I think I kind of lectured this nigga. So, nigga in question, sorry for lecturing you almost. I felt like I was talking down in that moment in a weird way, but like, not really. I was really trying to talk to myself, to you, to myself, because I was kind of going through it. But I also informed him of a situation that I may or may not talk about in this episode that happened to me months prior that really just started to make my blood boil the more I recounted the story with him, because that whole situation, I mean, it's over with, but it still boils my blood, and I have like war flashbacks of like what I would have done in that moment. But I digress, because people watch this podcast, and I don't want to, I don't want to affect anybody in their day to day no more. That's gonna be the new me in the next year. New year, new me, bitch. But let me just start at the top of the year. We're just gonna go literally month by month, and I'm gonna just tell you some good and some bad because a lot of shit has happened. So on the tail end of last year, I started getting into a relationship with a girl, and she was on this podcast. I don't remember what fucking episode, but go see it. I'm actually standing in the same location, and we're having a conversation. Jenna Ortega is covering her face, and I'll be honest with you. Am I the person to be in a relationship at this point in my life? No. I started this year off, my dick barely working. Still doesn't really work to this day. I really got to get excited for it to work. A little depressing, but it's okay. Apparently, it's just my stress. My cortisol is so high. My body is consistently in turmoil that it's just hard for my pecker to start working. It's cool. There's moments when it does, there's moments when it doesn't. I'm a man. I'm going to at least confess to the audience of a million of you guys that, sometimes your dick works. And that's why this episode is brought to you by Blue Chew. Hey, your dick might stay hard longer than it should, and you might have a heart attack. But fuck it, you at least got the fucker. Go put in my promo code, Dick Don't Work, Daddy, for 30% off. But January came, and I kind of was just in the flux of it. I was really excited. I was going through kind of like this weird thing. My health was kind of weird. Reflux was going crazy. Didn't really know what I was doing. Kept feeling these moments of like real depression because I think I was in the relationship for the wrong reasons. And this is at like the fucking top of the year. This is the conception of the relationship. We had only been talking for a few months at that point. We kind of were at that point where we're like, all right, we're dating, and it was kind of like a said unsaid. And there was a moment in January where I was supposed to go to this concert, and I had like this fucking panic attack because all I could think about was I'm doing this person dirty, and I wasn't doing anything. Wasn't doing anything. I missed the concert of my dreams. Literally, I was very pissed off at myself, and we're going to transition that into February. Now, this is where the really bad person comes out. we spent the weekend before Valentine's Day together. And Valentine's Day was like during the week that year. And she came over. We exchanged gifts, which mine were like simple. Mine was like flowers and I don't know, some other shit. And hers was like four different things. She got me flowers too, which was crazy. That was I've never experienced something like that. It was kind of tight. And she gave me a hat that didn't fit, a corduroy hat too. Like I don't wear corduroy, but not that wasn't like shitting on the gift. So sorry, Marlon. It wasn't to shit on the gift. It was just like it was nice, but corduroy. Do I look like a corduroy ass nigga? I am wearing a knit beanie, so maybe it doesn't matter. And very sweet, very delicate. And I didn't put much thought into the shit because I was like, we're not dating yet. Like we haven't like been like, oh, we're boyfriend and girlfriend. Like you know what I'm saying? So I was kind of like, do I really gotta do shit? Fuck this bitch. You know what I'm saying? But like, fuck this bitch like playfully. So if you see this, like, I wasn't saying like fuck you, but I was saying like fuck this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm still a piece of shit. And she brought all this shit over, and it wasn't expected. There was like this sweet canvas she did some shit on, and it was like it was very thoughtful. Everything she did was thoughtful, and the shit that I did was low key last minute. I just recreated our first date, and I was like, oh shit. And then I kind of like on my couch felt guilty, asked her to be my girlfriend. I was like, hey, we should start dating. We're here, right? You know, let's just fucking do it. And yeah, that was fucking shitty because I didn't mean it in the moment because I was still going through so much internally, and like it wasn't enough to like let her know because I kind of rushed into the relationship at the end of the previous year because I had just got out of something that I felt like I was in love because I had this weird like 4 week romance with this girl who moved back to New York, who was the ex girlfriend of my friend, and like like desperately, I just felt like I was so, like madly in love with this girl, and then she just fucking dropped the ball on me and said, "Hey, I confuse platonic and romantic relationships a lot, and I led you on." All to know, she could have just said it. You're not the one for me. You're a little ugly, nigga, and I would have been cool. But she instead gave me this string along for a month after she left, like sending me selfies and shit. Like, I don't know, just doing like a bunch of shit that just kind of fucked me up a little bit. And I felt so deeply for her. And she was a black woman. Though, jury's still out on that. Because she like only hang out with white people and she went to like a historically gay college. So that's some white ass shit. But I went into that, and then come November, so that's like August, October. Our last like conversation was in October, cause her brother got locked up. So I hope that nigga free, but also like fuck your whole family because of what she did. I'm joking. I don't really got no beef for y'all. Y'all nice. Her mom don't fuck with J Lo though. That shit was kind of weird. Apparently they got beef. I don't really know if it's real, but she showed me a yearbook and J Lo was in it. J Lo been fine. J Lo can't sing for shit, but she been fine. But that's just their internal beef. But I hope your brother doing all right, actually. Because that nigga, I told that nigga he should have dropped a. Well, I told her she should have told that nigga to link with me so we could drop a first day out. Because he had some shit happen. You know, free that nigga if you not free. Anyway, and I just get into this relationship or like started this thing and it was like the end of November or whatever. It was like right before Thanksgiving. And I just like, I felt like I rushed into it because I was still on like the hinges and whatnot. And it was just like this weird thing. And it just fucked me up, and I rushed into everything because I really wasn't over that whole situation. I thought about that girl constantly, even in the times, especially in the beginning of like me and Marlon kind of becoming a thing. It was like I don't really want to talk to this girl as much as I want to talk to this girl, but I really starting to like this girl because it's new and it's fun and it's fresh. And then by February came and I was just like, what the fuck am I doing? So right after she gave me all these heartfelt gifts, that Tuesday, I had the weirdest fucking like panic attack ever. I'm sitting there with the bros on the couch, yada yada yada. I couldn't. I felt dead. I worked from home that day. I had like just my head was clawed. It was just so much shit going on. I don't know if that was Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I don't know. Someday in that week before or after the real Valentine's Day, and then I called her and I was just like, "Hey, I can't do this. Like I physically, mentally cannot do this. Like I'm gonna lead you along, and then I'm just gonna fuck this shit up because I just really, to be honest, to be as insensitive as I can, but also as honest as I can, I did not give a fuck about her in that moment, and I never thought about her when I was having those conversations internally. That whole, let's just say those whole 2 weeks prior to that moment when I texted her and called her because I was going through so fucking much. My health was in like such a steep decline. My mental was gone. I'd had a job that I fucking hated. I was around people that I fucking hated every day, except for like the girls at the job that I actually enjoyed. But I couldn't even enjoy my time with them because one barely showed up, and then the other one is like we're working together, so our dynamic was weird, and like I felt like she would get mad at me sometimes, and I would take it personally because I actually liked her. Like I was like, "This is my nigga. Like, why you get mad? Because it's some work shit." And she took work home with her a lot. She meaning like she felt work a little bit more than I did. But she's also a little bit older than me, so maybe that's just what a grown up does. I really don't give a fuck. I'm a boy. And then the one that I was the closest with, where our distance was actually physical. Like I couldn't see her as much as I wanted to because she was on the other opposite side of the office, and I kept getting in trouble for standing at her desk too long. But and then there's fucking Gabby, you know. It's like fuck Gabby, you know. But then Gabby's shit got boring too because she kept talking about that fucking cult, and I was just kind of like, all right, Gabby, let's and it was funny because Gabby, okay, not to shit on you, Gabby. This is honestly not with love because it's not that deep, but um, it was like every week she would come with like, and hey, I thought about the code again, and like all of us collectively at lunch were like, shut the fuck up. How about that? Like, you've been out of this cult for a year. Shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, we don't give a fuck about you and what happened to you and that little thing. You didn't get fucked on. They didn't like extort you for millions of dollars. You just were a dumbass for a few years. Hey, we've all been there. We've all been young. You know why you thought to let a 5'4" Korean man lead you to the promised land? That's on you. You believe that. So you got to kind of come up with your stupidity. But we all were kind of tired of it. So yeah, Gabby, if you're listening, we're tired of it. I'm happy that you now have your own identity and you have strayed away from that. But for let's just say a year, you were very insufferable about it. Like you would always bring it up, and I don't think you noticed how much you brought it up. Cause you'd be like, yeah, but if like I wasn't in that code, I would have been. I'm like, all right, nigga, like shut up. Like, if you weren't, no, you would have been the same person. Like it's okay. You were dumb in 21, and which is a little too old to be involved in a cult, if I do say so myself. You're a little too old not to see through that bullshit. But in my year in review, Gabby, you were a part of my year. Fuck you. But also respectfully, type shit. I don't know. I'm kind of recovering almost, but not really because it's like, it's playful to say this, like, fuck you, and then throw the heart up. But at some points, like, you annoyed the shit out of me with that cult shit. And I opened the can of worms. And I did a documentary on it. Like, I did, like, my own little faux documentary, interviewed a couple people, did a bunch of things. I'll never release it. It's literally just stuck on my hard drive. But I think the more and more I heard more from the people in the cults around the thing, I was kind of just like, yeah, y'all niggas are just stupid. No offense, but also all offense taken, because one of them niggas is still a subscriber and he DMs me all the time. Like, please stop. I don't give a fuck. Maybe that's what it is, Gabby. I'm taking it out on you because that nigga also annoys the shit out of me. So both of y'all make sense. You know, I'm going to put y'all together. I'm going to link y'all because the last episode with Gabby on here, I tried to get her some dick. She didn't want the dick that I tried to give her. And then I tried to set her up and she kept being so, like, kept talking over me the whole episode. Like, know your etiquette, bitch. Like, ugh. And so I'm going to just hook her up with that nigga that was also in the cult. And she's definitely going to watch this. So fuck you, but, like, hard and shit. Whatever the fuck. Anyway, back to Marlem. Yeah, broke it off with her. All that shit. And then March, April, and May, quite literally don't know what the fuck happened. Complete blur. I basically blacked out. I was fucking random women. I went on one date with a girl trying to secure some tickets to a concert. Didn't get it. Rekindled a relationship. Then also told that nigga to kill himself because he asked me for money like a month in us being friends again. So I hope he's doing horrible. But yeah, I don't have anything to really say about those months. And then fucking June 16th, Father's Day. Now, in this time period, Kendrick Lamar is beefing with Drake. Great time for me. I love Kendrick. I think he's the greatest artist of all time. I'm in the crux of getting out of this job, or I'm at the point where I'm like actively applying, and I fucking have a panic attack. And I was at the gym. I was running on the treadmill, and my car had just broke down that Friday. I knew what the problem was, had enough money for the part and everything, but I think the stress was like, this is 16th. I only got another check after this. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not making no money. This job fucking sucks. These people hate me. I'm just doing dumb shit. Again, having sex with the most random women. Fucking, like, so after Marlem, I probably fucked like 12 people. I had sex with 12 people in the matter of like, I gave myself the end of February, so let's just say 2 weeks from basically that's why I don't remember the time. From March to end of April, I had like 6 girls I was just like continuously having sex with, and it was really bad. It was like really, and when I say bad, it's no offense to those people, but like I'm too grown to be fucking in your grandma's basement. Like you need to have your own place, right? And I like older women too. Like, and I don't say older in the sense like 40 plus. Like I like women that are older than me. So what, 24 and up. And it was like one girl, she was like 29, very nice person, but like she was a caretaker for her like elderly grandfather who had dementia, but like she would like we would have sex. This is how crazy this shit is. Like we'd be in the middle of having sex and she'd hear a noise, stop, get up, and she'd be like, "Wait here." Go handle her grandfather butt ass naked. Come back in and then keep fucking me. It was real weird. It was real weird. I don't advise that. I hope she's doing well. Um, I really do. Cause it was fun. Cause it was like, oh, this is interesting. Like there was one time where like I came over and we were like having like a conversation, and she like sat me down on the couch, and then her grandfather comes out and he like sits down like next to me, and then she comes back and like continues the conversation like there's not a fucking, I don't know, 85-year-old man here. And then starts to get like sexual next to this nigga. And then quite literally says, he doesn't fucking know what's going on. I'm like, all right, bitch. Like, I pull out my penis. I think he's gonna get the hint. This is getting a little weird. And I think that was actually the last time that we had sex, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong on that, because I do love to spin blocks. But yeah, I was just doing nasty shit. Like, just nasty shit. Fucking girls off Hinge, fucking girls off Tinder, fucking girls off Bumble. Little weird little one-offs. I had one girl try to fuck me at a movie theater. I say try only because there was people in there, and I was just kind of like, yeah, that's just not me. And I kind of lost myself, and then the 16th happened. I have this fucking panic attack. I put that in an episode. Y'all can watch that. Life goes crazy. And then the fallout from that is that I finally go to the doctor, and I figure out, hey, you've just ignored 90 things. That's why you're in fucking panic at all times. Fucking take care of this shit and you'll be all right. And I'm slowly getting there, you know. We had my gallbladder surgery, got that motherfucker out. I'm feeling limber. I could probably fucking put my fucking dick in my mouth from just, okay, fuck. I'm like trauma dumping, and I told you from the very first episode, I don't want to go to therapy. It costs money. I gotta talk to some fucking person I barely trust, barely know. So this is my therapy. I'll give it to the world. I don't care. I have people that come to me after some episodes. They'll DM me, they'll text me, they'll call me. They'll be like, "Hey, bro, I really like that episode. Appreciate it, cause I've been thinking about some shit, and you really helped me like get through da 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 da." And I'm like, "All right, bro, I'm not fucking Martin Luther King. Shut the fuck up." But I appreciate you appreciating me. You know. So yeah, I'm just kind of wrapping up my year. Um, I had a TikTok go viral, which was really dope. But then after that, TikTok started shadow banning me a little bit, keep banning me off of shit. I do gotta watch my language, but they don't like black people. So what can you say, you know? But through it all, I think I've forged a lot of good relationships. Got a new job. Life's kind of like on the uptick. I'm making way more money. But I think after this year, and claiming it as like the worst year of my life, should really, after everything I just said, it doesn't sound that crazy. I mean, there's really nothing I'm leaving out either. Like, that's really just been my life. But what I'll say is that physically, I felt the worst I've ever felt. Can't eat, can't sleep, can't do the things I normally do, can't work out. Like, shit's just been that bad. And I've become such a stronger person this year. But I didn't want to. I didn't want to have to go through this shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to have to be a better person. So I'm going to say this to like end off this fucking tumultuous time of my life. Let me get my fuck yous out the way. Actually, let me say this. There was an event that happened to me recently, and I've spoken about it in pieces. Not really said what it was, because it's just, I don't want to really address that shit again. But there's going to be an episode that comes out, mark my words, a year from today. Whenever the fuck the day is, what's the December or something, right? A year from today, I will drop the episode. I'm going to record it in a week or so, and I'm going to release it in a year, and it's going to detail the craziest weekend of my life. to this point. Not really the craziest, but the funniest weekend. One of the funniest weekends of my life. And but in that, I think what I tried to do after I just explained all the dumb shit I was doing, I tried to like repent almost, and I tried to give myself and be less apathetic to things because I felt like I fucked over so many girls this year. I fucked over a girl that really cared for me, who I still really care for, but I can't really like, express that emotion towards her because I know that in the end it's only going to be at the detriment of her because she already invested so much of her heart into me and the things that I gave to her in those moments, whether it be like not like material gains, but like the actual like emotional side of it because I felt that way, but I couldn't. And it was just so hard. And like, I tried to repent fucking her over in that way and like still stringing her along so far and all this other shit. Like I texted her last week, like, just keep doing it because it's like I can't let go of her because I'm letting go of a part of me that was like the last time I felt happy, like real happiness, like real joy. And I know she brings me happiness and I know she brings me like I know I have a really deep love for her, but romantically I'm not in a position for her because I can't it's almost as like I can't love her the way she needs to be loved, but she definitely loved me the way that I needed to be loved. And it's like this weird crux because it's like what do you do, right? And I tried to kind of go through that process of repenting that sin almost and all the dumb shit that I did and the things that I said and the things that I probably lied about or things that I fabricated to kind of coax her and appease whatever part of her. And like there were just certain things where I felt like I put on a front forward to like make her happy, and I knew that was wrong because I still ended up making her sad. So in the end of the year, I tried to like repent that, and there was just some shit that happened on 3 occasions, which is crazy. Like God was trying to get me the fuck up out of here. But I say all that to say I'm gonna release that at some point, and y'all are gonna laugh, and we're gonna have a great time about it. And if it's smoke with, you know, certain people involved, it is what it is because unabashedly, I feel as if I've been a great person to the wrong people, and I've been the worst person to the best of people, the people that never really deserved it. So before we get out of here, I'm gonna put my fuck yous of the year. So we're gonna start off strong. Fuck you, Ignacio. I know I tried to take it back and I tried to be the bigger person, but you know what? I'm just gonna top it off with him. I don't really care anymore. Friendships die all the time. I've chosen to end all of my friendships. It's never really been the opposite. And the reason why I'm saying fuck you to him is because, um, yeah, he met the girl that I fell in love with first. That's why it's fuck him. I wish I would have met her first. I really do. And I said I haven't really fell in love before, and it might be like I don't know, it might not be the right thing to say, but like I really did fall in love with her, so fuck him for that. Number two, fuck that bitch while we're on it. Mixing up platonic feelings with romantic feelings, like we didn't have to make out. You touched me. Let's be honest. You touched me. I didn't even want to be honest with you. Especially not at the point because I still had a feeling of friendship, a fletchling feeling, like it was leaving. But I still was like, I still fuck with bro. And that was at the point where I was like, yeah, fuck him and fuck him for forever. And then you told me this shit. But you kind of inserting yourself into that, it's really fuck you. And I like creeped on her page recently because I was just like, I wonder if she's like killed herself yet. And I look and you're having a good time with your life. So fuck you. Number three. And this is my final fuck you for the year. I'm going to say fuck you to myself. I've done some shit in the past 25 years of life that I really regret. I don't live with regret, but I do regret doing things, if that makes sense. Like, I don't regret, like, I don't walk around with that shame, like, at all. Like, why the fuck would I carry that shit around? But I reflect and I go, I shouldn't have did that. I shouldn't have did that. I shouldn't have did you like that. And it's because I'm 25 and I'm realizing it's hard to make friends. It's hard to get integrated and, like, assimilate into something new now that you don't have, like, the structure of, like, school or, like, the structure of, like, a common place, whether it be, like, college or, you know, things that people do and shit, like pottery clubs. I don't fucking know. You know what I'm trying to say. I don't club, I don't party, I don't drink, I don't do drugs. So it's like I don't have the way to like go outside and like just go meet somebody at a bar because I'm not gonna be there for any reason. Like it wouldn't really serve me at all. But I also don't like the people that like are in the same interests of me because I feel like they just have like They're just fucking weird, like film bros and shit. I'm like, bro, I don't want to fucking. No, I'm not gonna listen to like this fucking German film, nigga. I want to watch Daddy Daycare. Like, fuck off my dick. And there's just like so many pretentious people out there that like it's really hard. It's really hard, and I fucked over so many friendships, and I kind of like I was quick to unfollow a nigga on Instagram, and now I'm like looking back, I'm like, damn, I really want to know what you're doing. Like, I really miss like our conversations and stuff. So it's really fucked me for getting in my own way of just being like almost trying to be a piece of shit because it's funny or like it's cool or it's like the bit. When in actuality, like I'm really like a soft ass nigga. Like I have a lot of emotions and they kind of overwhelm me a lot. And that's why I become apathetic because it's easier to feel nothing if I deny all feelings than it is to actually live in a feeling, if that makes sense. So I've gotten to that point in my life where I'm like, fuck, if you would have just fessed up the fact that you were fucking in love with that girl that you were friends with in high school, they wouldn't have blocked you for 5 years. You know what I mean? Or however long it's been, you know? So, but to know you love, like, a girl that's, like, never gonna, like, fucking like you in that way, but, like, y'all definitely have this, like, fun, like, relationship, and it's like, fuck. Why are you such a fucking impotent bitch where you just gotta be mean to her now? And then I was mean to this person. I don't know if she'll watch this episode. I don't know if she've ever watched an episode. And I was just like mean to her, and I kind of regretted it because now I'm looking back at it, and I was like, she was like one of my purest friendships. Like I actually just loved her immensely, and like we worked together, so it wasn't like I didn't like go to school or whatever, so it wasn't like I saw her all the time. So I did only get such a limited time with her, but I had such a great time, and she was so blissful, and she was such a light to me, and she actually like gave me such great energy, but I was just like, fuck her because deep down I couldn't like distinguish my emotions for her, knowing that like I felt so deeply for her, and to know like it teetered a line for me, and there was an intimacy point, not so much physically like physical intimacy, but like in a sense like hugs and shit, where I was just like, oh my god, like I could stay in this hug for forever, but I was just over here being a dick. And I'm 25 now, right? That happened when I was 16, 17, 18, whenever we stopped being friends, whenever she blocked me, which was valid. I was kind of being a dick. But, I mean, she was going through her own shit. I was going through my own shit, and I couldn't process my own shit. So the only way to get back at it was to, like, you got to create a common enemy. Um, so, yeah. Kira, if you watch this, sorry. I was being a dick. I say all that to say, fuck me. But this is the Really Bad Podcast. So, I don't give a fuck, bitch. I don't give a fuck, bitch. Next year, I don't give a fuck by nothing. Fuck it. I already lost all my friends. Well, not really. I lost all the friends I didn't really want at the first place, but like at the same time, like still fucking over bitches. You know what I'm saying? Lost a girl that probably was the only girl that's ever gonna love me for real. So fuck you type shit. So fuck everybody. I'm really coming in that mindset like fuck everybody. Like if I see nigga, it's on. Like it's really on site with niggas. It's really like pipe down. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. You come around me, you better pipe down, cause you best believe who coming around there. Big bet type shit. Big B. Big B. Fuck Byron. Byron ain't got the B no more. It's really me. Like, I'm really finna change my last name and shit. Because I really want to start my own shit type shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm really Big Beck. Really Big Beck. Like, I'm really him. But let me leave with, my words of wisdom for the. I want y'all to listen to this last part really quick. Let me give you my words of wisdom. No matter where you are in life, young, old, fat, ugly as shit, little penis, big penis, you got PCOS, you're a recovering heroin addict, just know, life sucks. And I really want the young kids to listen to this. Life sucks. Life is horrible. Life does not get better. So when you have that thought that you want to just unalive yourself, fucking do it. Because guess what? Life does not get better. It's actually the worst thing. We're quite literally spinning on a fucking ball, going billions of miles per hour, to then one day we're just gonna fucking go into the ground and then become like a fucking ant or some dumb shit. If reincarnation, just start the process now. Get up out of here. Go restart the cycle. So you go back to being a fucking amoeba or whatever you go to after you kill yourself. Just get it over with. Life is horrible. This is like the worst thing ever. Why? I woke up today and had to throw up. That's not fun. Fuck this. I didn't even eat anything yesterday that would have made me throw up. Life sucks. It's horrible. You're really never going to amount to the things that you want to amount to. 90% of y'all are too lazy to do shit anyway. Just get over, like the next time they're like, hey, let's go get some Percocets. Be like, yes, and let's get the ones with fentanyl because we just need to get up out of here. Virgin suicide, that shit. I've never seen that movie. I just think they all suicide each other. And yeah, um, yeah, that's my motivation for next year. Who cares? Live your life. Go rob a bank. Go tell that girl you love her. There's this really cute girl that's a cashier at the Publix that I go to, and I got a routine where I go to the same Publix just every week because it's just like it just helps my brain. Every Friday, I do what I got to do. Go to my parents' house, say what's up, hugs, kisses, give them my contact for a week. Then I go to Publix after, and I go grab my groceries. And she's very adorable, like a very beautiful girl. Um, and I want to give her my number, and I will give her my number. So by the next time you see me after the next episode, I will give her my number. But all of that to say, if that shit doesn't work out, if like I give her my number and she never texts me, or like it's just awkward after that, that might be the last time I exist. So this might be one of my last few episodes. I'll live by the code that I just said. So fuck it. 2025, fuck everybody. And if life gets real bad, just get it over with. All right, man. Joking. Don't actually do that if you don't want to. But like, don't let my voice be the last thing that makes you think. Actually, don't kill yourself. How about that? I take it back. For me, that's how I'm gonna live. But for you, live the way that you've lived previously without doing it. All right. This is bye.